So
The whole thing?
The whole thing.
Right, so
Okay.
3 out of 4 doesn't count for anything?
No.
Right, well, do you know what? Oi to the oi, welcome to episode 6, and we'll be seeing that a few more times tonight, you can bet that. Of the AGT Podcast, Zachary Hughes, of course, is here with me. How are you, mate?
I'm very good, mate. It's been a good week for both of us, I would say.
Today we've got an excellent podcast coming up, Zach. We've got the football review, where we're going to talk about a couple of European finals that happened in the last week or so. As well as that, we're going to be talking about 3 songs coming out of AGT's oven. We're also going to be reviewing the Puma Storms. I was at the event last week when they dropped, as well as a cheeky blindfold test where Zach is going to get 3 trainers out from my trainer collection. I'm going to wear a blindfold and I have to guess by feel. Yeah?
Yeah. Stroke.
Yep. All that.
Smell.
Wow. And then I have to guess which 3 trainers he's showing me. And I think that's about it.
Yeah, that is about it.
Let's crack on with some football news.
Is your brain doing your head in? Was last summer's harvest a little less fruitful than you'd hoped? How about your chickens? Worried about their scaly leg mite? It doesn't have to be this way. Head on down to Big Al's Agricultural Warehouse, where the smiles aren't just a promise, they're a guarantee.
So then,
Here it comes, drum roll.
here we go. So I just want to take us both back to episode 4, where we were just about to watch Liverpool play Barcelona, having been 3-0 down in the first leg. On a serious note, though, to come back and win the game, the second leg, 4-0, and then to go to the final and take home number 6. Let's talk about 6, baby. Immortals, that's what they are. This is the Sunday Echo, the day after the final. Immortals, Jurgen Cup. He's lost his last 6 finals, but he just definitely didn't lose this one.
Yeah.
I was in Liverpool, as you know, in episode 5. I wrongly booked 2 flights, 2 return flights to Madrid for the final. I didn't flog them.
No.
Still got a couple of weeks to go, or 10 days to sell them. I know I probably won't though.
No, you're right.
But to what I'm saying is, to go from that point of having absolutely no belief in my team shame on me. Fuck yeah, shame on me. It really is, because I'm never like this. I'm always
I never personally
optimistic when it comes to Liverpool. We'll get on to that.
Okay.
But personally, for me, one of the greatest nights in my life, apart from being best man at my mum's wedding, that was amazing.
I didn't know that.
Genuinely, this was just because I was in Liverpool last year for the final, and the heartbreak I went through. And that's why, again, I can't gloat to Spurs fans.
From Sergio Ramos.
I just can't gloat to Spurs fans, because I know how painful the feeling is to lose a Champions League final. But having said that, we are, again, the most successful English team in Europe. And we've won. I can't stop smiling, mate, to be honest.
Yeah.
We've won the Champions League. We're the champions of Europe, which sets up a Super Cup final in August. I think it's August the 14th in Istanbul, which is where, of course, we won our 5th European Cup. We've obviously got 6 now. That's 6, yeah?
Yeah,
6.
Just to clarify. Cornish person only need 1 hand for that.
Well, exactly, yeah. 6 fingers, ancestral, and stuff like that. So, but Liverpool are playing Chelsea in the Super Cup final. Of course, it's the Champions League winner versus the Europa League winner. And Zach, congratulations, mate. Chelsea also European champions in the last week. Do you want to tell the guys about how we watched that game?
Yeah, so me and Al had plans after work to go to a sports bar. Somewhat naively, we didn't book anything. We just assumed that in central London we'd breeze out of work at 6 in the evening.
Yeah, we didn't.
Stroll into a sports bar. Didn't happen.
Yeah.
I started sulking. I think at that point I said I might just go home.
Your exact words were, hey, I might just go home.
Long story short, without the piffle, we started ambling around Farringdon, and Alex pointed out this joint, and it looked very shady, and to me, like
Super
a restaurant,
shady.
very shady.
Slim shady, in fact.
Yeah, in fact, I'll be looking a bit like him next week. And then I said, no chance we're going in there, mate. It's a restaurant, not up for it. His actual words were, watch this. Walks in there, walks up to the geezer at the bar and says, mate, do you mind if we sit here, have a drink, watch the game? And this guy was like, yeah, no problem. Turned out we were in a Russian bar with a Russian stream with Russian commentary, with the only lager on draft I think they had was Asahi, which they were serving in Budweiser.
But that's not even the worst of it.
Worse.
It gets way worse than this.
And then the first round came to 12.20, which Alex thought was quite steep. Personally, I think for Central London.
£6.10 for a pint is ridiculous. I don't care where you are in London. No. Okay. I don't care where you are in London. You should never, ever be paying more than £5 for a pint, even if you are in London. Don't give a fuck.
Well, no, you shouldn't, but you shouldn't. Will. That's my point.
Well,
absolutely,
you did.
Shouldn't.
£6.10 for a pint of Asahi in a Budweiser glass. But then
this is so we're like 20 minutes into the match, it's Alex round, and he goes up to the bar and comes back, and he just looks like he's had a fucking bomb dropped on him. He's just looking at his phone, looking at the receipt, put his pints down, and then he just went, mate, I've just paid, how much was it?
And we can get the screenshot of this up.
Oh yeah, we'll
£13.37, and that doesn't even divide into two.
In what world?
In what world do you pay 13?
Then I went up later because you didn't want another one, and mine came to like something. It was like 6.36 or something.
Yeah.
But how? Even if they were both 6.36 or whatever, like
genuinely,
you can't get
mate.
to 37.
he just typed in numbers. I think pretty much he just did that on the card reader, card machine, and just.
The adverts.
And I looked at him. I was like,
really weird as well. Russian adverts aren't that, cool, actually.
So I looked at him like, mate, how have I just paid that for 2 pints? And the client kind of just accepted it and walked away. But like you said, adverts on Russian sport television.
I think it's Gazprom, which is the energy company, Russian-based energy company,
who sponsors Zenit St. Petersburg,
and the Champions League, but the advertising over there, it's just crazy. It's like massively. I wouldn't go as far as to say propaganda, but it's very imperialistic, isn't it?
Yeah,
like,
mate.
all the
it's
buildings
very
are
80s.
way bigger than they actually are in real
80s.
life, and like all the children are jovial and picking
quite Cold War-y.
Yes, that's what I thought. It's Soviet.
The kids were washing themselves. But anyway, we digress.
But the match was
great, and we won. Was it though?
It was more exciting than your match.
It was.
Come on, let's be honest. Like, I mean, don't get me wrong. Like, it was more intense your match, and I got very emotional myself watching it. The scenes afterwards, Jordan Henderson with his dad.
That one touched the heartstrings.
I had goosebumps. I was one, but pound for pound excitement. Giroud scored, which was meme city. I mean, I kept saying before the match to all my Arsenal mates, Giroud's going to score. And he did. And he set up the penalty. Hazard got a brace before he leaves, and Pedro scored, who I love as well. So, all in all.
Great goal to Iwobi, though. We've got to mention that.
Yeah,
what a finish.
Just after he came
2 minutes before Iwobi scores. He's rubbish. He ain't no game changer.
You don't bring on Iwobi if you want to change the game.
And he didn't change it that much, really. What a goal. I have to say that.
But now it looks like Sarri's leaving.
So, we're hearing now that Sarri is going to Juventus. We're also hearing that Trippier is also going to Juventus.
Oh, really?
They're after Trippier as well as their new right back after Cancelo left.
Mm-hmm.
But mate, August the 14th, we're going to have to film ourselves watching that together.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
To watch Liverpool-Chelsea in the Super Cup final in Istanbul. It's going to be brilliant. Another shout out to Jurgen Klopp. Thank you so much for bringing number 6 home. That's number 6, which is also the devil number. But what a weekend. I think I did 16 pints. Big shout out to Jim. He drove us up to Liverpool and drove us home. And I think we did 16 pints each, which is really good. I'm not going to lie. I did cry at the full-time whistle.
Here's the footage now.
Well, let's go easy on that footage. But massive shout out to the Red Men, equally to Chelsea, and what a night.
Would you like a giraffe? How about in a box? Log on to AGT's petsovernight.com and we'll deliver any animal you want directly to your door in under 12 hours. AGT's petsovernight.com, turning your animal dreams into reality.
So then let's talk about music. A huge week for UK music, especially. Zach is going to be going to Glastonbury in the next couple of weeks as well.
Not long now, a couple of weeks' time, I will be going to Glastonbury and I'm going to be taking some footage to bring back for you guys.
Let's hope it's PG.
It will be, absolutely.
Not that this channel is PG at all, really, is it?
12A.
Well, I'd say this channel, if I was to rate it, I'd say it was a 15.
Yeah. No,
you wouldn't want to watch it. Would you want to watch it with your parents, the AGT podcast?
Yeah, I think so. I don't think it's not sexually explicit.
No.
Yet. But you know, it's not something, I think less with your parents, you wouldn't watch it with the kids, would you?
Yeah, that's it. Yeah. But let's talk about music though. So a huge week for UK music, like I said. P Money and Skepta both dropped albums. P Money dropped Money Over Everyone 3, which the album cover and the artwork is sensational. It's a series of albums that he's continued, and this is the 3rd edition. Skepta has also dropped his album Ignorance is Bliss, hugely anticipated. He's got some massive joints on there. And also Bon Iver has also dropped a song, which also makes it into the album. But let's start with P Money. And this one is called That's Air, featuring Manga St. Hilaire and Little D.
Because he was a G2. You're riding for dons who don't love you, dying for ones who don't trust you, showing off for girls who don't care, comments from ones who weren't there. When you're gone, they swear they don't miss you.
That's Air. And do you know what? Let me review this song. So this song isn't what you'd expect from Manga, Little D and P Money.
What would you expect?
With P Money and Little D, you'd expect back-to-back banter bars. Okay. And they've made an EP called Back-to-Back where they've just gone at each other and it's just fucking hilarious. Mm-hmm. But this song is actually fairly serious. It's about how the boys, including Manga, feel about people who like to show that they might own something, but they don't. And that is not cool. They're basically trying to say that this whole Insta image or this being superficial is not cool. They say stuff like you might have a range on lease, but if you don't own it, that's air. Ooh. That's not cool. You might have a watch that you've got on finance, but it's if you don't own it, it's not cool. Okay. They're basically trying to ram home the message of ownership. And for me, P Money and Manga are easily top 10 in this country when it comes to grime MCs. Nice. Lil D is more of a I'm not going to say a novelty MC because he does definitely come with some hard bars. Mm-hmm. But for me, he just misses out on that top 10. And that's a whole different episode that we can talk about. But that's P Money, straight off the Money Over Everyone album, comes out of the oven. And now let's talk about another one. So Skepta, again, definitely one of the top 5 MCs this country has ever produced. This one, and for me, it's because of the video alone that this one has entered in AGT's oven. It's Grease Mode featuring Nath Smalls.
20 dates, had to go back on tour. She can see how I'm flexing, count my blessings, praise the Lord. You know the steez, super grease.
Basically, the whole setup of it is a bank robbery taking place in the 70s. Skepta and Nath Smalls go into the bank with guns and they've got crazy outfits on. Skepta's got like jerry curls and he's wearing a big bright red suit. It's hilarious, to be fair. That kind of thing. The song for me takes on a kind of, I want to say when Nath Smalls comes onto a song, it is very Americanized. It is very auto-tuned, but he kills it. In terms of the UK, I don't think there's anyone really who's killing that space more than Nath Smalls. I didn't expect him to get such a big feature on such a big album, so props to him for doing that. And Grease Mode is probably, for me, the standout track. It's definitely the standout video to Ignorance is Bliss.
Grease Mode.
Yeah.
I reckon that's what Antoine Griezmann refers to when he goes ham on the old...
On the what?
Football.
Well, he actually doesn't have a club at the minute, so he might be... well, he wants to go to Barcelona. He left Atletico. And Barca, apparently, their senior players have voted, so they don't want him to join.
Ooh.
Yeah, very bitchy. But yeah, Grease Mode, probably not anything to do with Antoine Griezmann, in all fairness.
Yeah, probably.
But yeah, that comes in at number 2 in this week's AGT's oven. Track number 3. Now, this is a man that you know more about than myself. Bon Iver.
Yeah.
My sister, Sammy, big shout out to Sammy. She actually told me about this one. It's called Hey Ma, and it sounds something like this.
While it's living in a coal mine, full time to call your mind.
So, Hey Ma, Bon Iver, you're a big Bon Iver fan, mate. Tell me what you think about this song.
I thought it was good, to be honest. I mean, you've actually said I'm a big fan of Bon Iver. I haven't got much to say.
But it's a good song.
It's a good song. It's not my favourite Bon Iver song.
What is your favourite Bon Iver song then?
Probably Blood Bank or Holocene.
Well, there you go. That's two songs.
I can't remember the reason I'm kind of on the spot. My head's getting fried now. I can't remember the name of his last album, but on his last album, he took kind of, I wouldn't say steer away from his typical and kind of identifiable sound, but it was definitely like the most obscure. He's a very obscure guy, as most of his fans will know. But his last album kind of moved away from his sort of. I don't know.
Where's he actually from, Bon Iver?
America.
I know, but whereabouts?
I don't know off the top of my head.
Can't be that much of a big fan.
You
didn't claim
not
to.
Something,
you never claimed to be.
Interesting. I like probably
big up Bon Iver though.
His songs. Right. So, 22 a million. That was his.
Yes.
Yeah. So
was that 2017? Was it?
2016.
2016.
That was quite a weird one. Obviously, back in 28, you had the Forever Go, which had Skinny Love on it. Obviously, everyone will know him for that song. And then it was just self-titled as a second album in 2011. But anyway, look, I never claimed to be a Bon Iver expert. And if we just bring it all back to Hey Ma, as I said, it's what, actually, I tell you what, this is the key. I've got it.
Right.
This is my takeaway for Bon Iver. Now, every song that I've ever got into that's a Bon Iver song, on the first listen, I've been like, world's not just been set on fire. I'm not going to write home to mum about that. And then all of a sudden, you're just walking down the street and like a little cloud, because he is kind of ethereal, isn't he? It sounds a bit like a cloud. It just sort of comes down into your head and he's like, oh, what's up? Here's my song. And then you whack it on and you can't stop. So that would be my takeaway. Not setting your world on fire to start with, but before long, that's all you can listen to.
I think this one, Hey Ma, definitely took me a couple of listens, to be fair. But he's in there for a reason. He must be good, and he is good. And he's in at number 3 in AGT's oven. Talk to me a bit more about Glastonbury, man. Like, who are you looking forward to seeing? Some huge names on the lineup.
So hang on, actually, I've got something quite big to say about Glastonbury. So Glastonbury, you buy tickets in the October, you have to register to send them a picture of your mug, and it's like a really stressful thing to get tickets for. Well, somehow I always get lucky, and me and my family always get to go. But the most annoying thing about Glastonbury, and this is a massive first world problem here, is that you get the sort of rough lineup come out sort of March time, and you're like, oh my God, there's so many amazing bands on this poster. I'm going to see all of them. And then the full lineup gets dropped. Literally, it came out last week, I believe, with all the stage times. And obviously, it's not like your standard festival. It's probably one of, if not the biggest festival in the world. It's definitely the biggest festival in the UK.
200,000 people?
Yeah, and then some. I think when you include staff and everything, it's like 250k plus. The size of it geographically as a festival is bigger than the city of Bath. It's huge. But with that, there's literally probably about 50 odd stages if you include all the small ones as well. So like, I was excited to see so many bands. Rex Orange County, you know Rex Orange County, right? Hot Chip, Chemical Brothers, Stormzy. Those were 4 of the people that I was I'm not crying, but there were 4 of the people that I was most excited about seeing, and I don't get to see one of them because they all clash. Can't see Stormzy because he clashes with Tame Impala, which I know really on this podcast isn't very appropriate to say I'm going to miss Stormzy, but I can't miss Tame Impala. Favourite band probably that's come out since 2010. And then Hot Chip clash with the Killers on Saturday. Can't miss Killers. I mean, nostalgia galore. People say they're cheesy and overrated. Fuck that. I'm down for that. I'll be on the front row. Mr. Brightside comes on, I'll probably cry. And yeah, so it's been a bit bittersweet, but as you know, I'm going to be doing so next week when I go home to get full festival mode ready, which we won't say what it's going to be, but it will be revealed on the next podcast, and I'll show you plenty of ribbing.
Yeah, it's going to be a bit of a different look next time we see old Zach.
Shaving my eyebrows off and stitching them to my nipples.
Oh, God.
But anyway, look, I will be definitely coming back with not eyebrows on my nipples, but plenty of stories. And I've also said to Al, I'm going to take a couple of, probably about 20 to 30 seconds of video to summarize each day. So you imagine that might be me. I'm not even going to say that. I was going to say something really weird then. But look, it's going to be a nice little
It's going to be interesting. Quick question.
If nothing else, it'll be interesting.
Absolutely. I can't wait for it. Quick question. Would you rather have teeth for hair or hair for teeth?
Trick question, indeed, because your teeth are hair.
Are they?
So's your hair. Oh my God, mate, you just blown my mind. They're both the same, aren't they? Teeth and nails, I might be getting confused here.
I think you're massively confused, mate.
No, wait, hang on. Teeth is
It was a very simple question.
Yeah.
Just answer it if you can. Because you just messed that bit up that you were trying to do. So.
Probably hair for teeth, because I'm pretty sure your teeth are hair.
For teeth.
No, it's
like little wavy little hairs.
No, because if it was like nail hair, because your nail is the same as hair in a way.
Dead skin cells. Hair is dead skin cells, right?
I don't think either of us have a very firm grasp.
Anyway, forget I even ever asked that question.
Would you like to learn Spanish? We can offer you an intensive 5-week course where you can go from Del Boy to Costa del Sol. At only $9.99, you can learn phrases like Liverpool es el mejor equipo del mundo and nunca caminarás solo. For 10% off, code Despacito in checkout this week only. Hasta luego.
Let's crack on with some trainers. Of course, we love our sneakers here on the AGT podcast. A massive shout out to Puma. They actually sent me down to the launch of these. You can have one as well, mate. This is the Puma Storm, taking inspiration from the earlier series that Puma did in the 80s. What do you think, first of all? Because you've, of course, got some suede, some mesh, you've got some new buck upper, you've got a rubber sole, a lot of colours.
Pick and mix, I would describe. Yeah. And not as a critical thing either.
Definitely not.
Pick and mix, that could sound critical.
The good thing about these shoes is since I've had them, I've been wearing them with different colours, jeans and trousers. So you can wear these with a navy denim jean, but you can also wear them with black pants, or you can wear them with...
versatile.
Like I'm wearing today, you can wear them with chinos. Big shout out to Puma for these. The event itself was sick. Come on, new Puma Storms at the event, posted up. The one and only Yinka, I've just topped her little G&T up. How about you? Loving the new shoes though. Thanks so much for inviting me down, Puma. Lots of love. Like I said, I got to meet a lot of other sneakerheads, a lot of other content creators. I was down there myself with LV General, so big shout outs to Els. And in terms of the Storm, I think definitely a summer shoe. I really like the elevated tongue over the laces. It brings back a very 80s kind of vibe to the shoe. Of course, the Storm was around at that time as well. The colours, you've got everything. Luminous green, you've got turquoise, you've got black. You've got navy, so a real nice mix-up, super comfy to wear. They remind me very much of the RSO series with the padded sort of ball of your foot support that really helps when you're walking out and about. And they're not overly heavy, they're not overly light, but they're just, for me, a really nice, really good heel support. For me, just a really nice sneaker for the summer. I'm definitely going to be wearing these a lot. They do have the option of a white on white colorway as well, which I did have to start with, but then specifically requested this colorway, which I'm glad I did, because white on white is obviously just going to get ruined. And for me, it's definitely a grower. I'm not going to lie to you. The first time I saw these, I wasn't head over heels. But the more I've worn them and the more I've styled them with different fits, I'm definitely starting to really rate these. And the good thing as well, if you do like an luminous sort of touch on your t-shirts or your jacket, this definitely goes with it. The luminous outer. And to be honest, I'm going to give these an 8.5. out of 10. Very, very highly rated. Massive shout outs to Tom Pierce for having us at the event. And these are the Puma Storms. They are a 8.5 out of 10. Anyway, enough about them. So now I am going to put this on, which is a Liverpool scarf, and I'm going to blindfold myself as Zach gets 3 pairs of trainers out that I don't know what they are. Okay, so I'll just put the blindfold on now, mate. So let me just... that's not gone very well at all. Yeah, probably, mate, yeah. Absolutely not. Can't see a thing. You could be swearing at me right now and I'd have no idea. So
just get it. Okay. Can't see. Shoe number 1 on Love is Blind.
This is a Nike Air Max sneaker boot. And
that is correct so far.
This bit's pink, is it?
Oh,
this bit here is pink.
He's like
this
Daredevil.
Is like a charcoal bit.
Kind
And there's some green and kind of, yeah, I mean, they are what yeah, they are. This is the sneaker boot. This is actually from, I think I bought these in 2013. They do, mate. They could do a bit of restoration, to be fair. This is actually a good shout. If anyone knows any good crepe restorators out there, get in touch. With the AGT podcast. So that's 1 out of 1. The Nike Air Max sneaker boot. Let me just put my blindfold back on.
If I just put like a dead puppy in your hand.
Wow, mate. This.
Zero hesitation.
This is the Jordan 4. Actually, shit, no, it's not. What am I on about? This is the Jordan 3 Black Cement, probably my second favourite trainer of all time after the Jordan Bread 4, which we've already reviewed on the AGT podcast. I'm going to take my blindfold off in 3, 2, 1, and I'm right.
Yeah.
So that's right. 2 out of 2. Ready, mate? Yeah?
Okay. Let's go. Coming at you now. Hands out.
Okay, well that is not a shoe. This is a toy dog that I've had since I was 7 years old. It's called Biffa, and it's really cool. So
here comes the shoe. Me. Pop Biffa down.
Yeah,
right.
They'll be on the phone, mate. So
boom. This one's good.
Oh, what
hard?
I think I know what this is.
Yeah.
Yeah. These are white. The tick is blue.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say there's a tongue here that says Air Flight on them.
Yeah, he's dead right.
And these are the Air Flight 89s in a white and royal blue colorway. 3, 2, 1. I take my blindfold off, and I'm right. That's 3 out of 3. Do you know what, mate? I'm feeling really lucky today. Go and find another pair for me, and I'm going to get blindfolded up. Okay. So that's 3 out of 3. I can present blindfolded, which is brilliant. And I'm just killing some time, really, until Zach finds some more shoes. So if you want to just drop them in my hands here. This.
Give me a good finger in.
These are Puma suedes.
I think that's correct.
And they're all black.
They're not suede, technically.
They're Puma suedes in a black on black colorway. And they are, that's correct. They're the Puma baskets. I do apologise. Very similar to the Puma suede, though. I might even bring these back.
I didn't say
I haven't worn these for ages.
The rules were if you got that wrong, you lost. So
the whole thing?
The whole thing.
Right, so 3 out of 4 doesn't count for anything?
No.
Right, well, do you know what? Anyway, that's 3 out of 4. Let's sign off the podcast by kissing the LFC Live bird. Thank you, very good. Thank you, very good. That was awful. Jesus God, thank you, very good. 750,000 people came out to support the Red Men. We are immortals, and that is the way I am signing out this podcast this week. Join us again in a couple of weeks for another episode of the AGT Podcast. Don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe, show your nan, show your dog, show your neighbour the AGT Podcast, and let's get together and enjoy the 16-page souvenir pullout.